Well, good morning. My name is Stephanie. I am your instructor for this course, PSY 2510, Spring to 2015. Um, you may notice that I am also the person who wrote the course, so it is something APA style and format, and finding credible resources is something that I'm very passionate about, and we think that it is very important for all of you to know how to find credible resources, know how to put those resources together into a research paper, and know how to use proper APA style and format. There are two textbooks that are required for this course. The first one that is absolutely essential is the Easy Guide to APA Style. This book is super important. You can tell that I have kind of, tabbed some pages and things like that for quick reference. I use this book not only for referring you back to it for help, but I also use this book almost every day for one reason or another. So make sure you have this book. The other book that you should have for this course is this book. Later on in the course, you're actually directed to go to specific chapters and read specific chapters. Until then, it is more like a reference manual, if you will. It is your place to go look things up when you're struggling with how to do something. Like if you need help setting the page margins in your Word document, then you can consult this book and it will help you with that. If you're having trouble formatting a hanging indent, again, this book can help you with that. So this book is like a reference manual. You're not directed to read specific parts of it throughout the course, but just know that this book is there for you and that you can open it at any time, even if you're not being told to find what you're looking for. So those are the two books for this course. I hope to do a video like this each week to help kind of get you started. So this course, as I said, focuses on APA format and style, and that's really important because whether you're a psychology student, a criminal justice student, a homeland security student, or an aviation management student, though the ability to write an APA style and format is essential because that's what's going to be expected of you throughout your courses here at Florida Tech. A lot of you will probably find that you'll learn things in this class, and I will comment on things that you're doing in this class that no one's ever said anything to you about in the past, and for that I apologize. A lot of instructors really place the emphasis on making sure that you know the content and that you can clearly communicate the content, and they don't necessarily focus so much on the particular use of APA references, in-text citations, and things of that nature. So it's a fine balance. This class is really focused on making sure that you do things properly so that when you do get that one instructor or that series of instructors who are very particular on how you cite things and how your paper is set up and how your references look, you'll be prepared. You'll be well equipped to handle the task. So for week one, we're talking about academic honesty, and we're talking about self-directed learning because as online students, self-directed learning is critical. It's important that you take ownership of your learning and that you do what's expected of you each week, and then you take all of that information that you learned and you put it into practice and you find more information about it so that you become comfortable with what it is you've learned and so that you can retain it for the future. We also have a discussion board this week, and we have you're going to set some goals for this course. The discussion board for this week focuses on telling me something that you learned that you didn't know before. Even in the first week of this class, I find that most people are exposed to something in a different way that adds information or to something that they've never even heard of before, like self-directed learning. And then you're going to set some goals for this course. And so that assignment for this course is really to get you thinking about, now that you've gotten a look at the syllabus and now that you've understood what the first week is about, What is it that you hope to gain from this course? A lot of people say they hope to gain things like office skills, like the use of Microsoft Word and Excel and PowerPoint. Um, and frankly, this course touches on those things, but this course is really more about the integration of those things into coursework, not necessarily on the bells and whistles and how to's of those programs, which is why you have this book. This book will help you iron out the how to's. Um, I Office in this course is more of a tool to get a means to getting to the end, rather than teaching you click here, point there, click here, point there, save, submit. Um, so that's what Office is for this class. I'm not necessarily going to handhold you through. I provide you a lot of resources. There's some Microsoft tutorial videos that you can watch that will help you kind of become familiar with the different parts of Office. And so I encourage you to each week open every link, watch every video, read every chapter that's assigned to you that week. Engage in discussion. Your peers are a wealth of information, and I do monitor the discussion board. So if I feel like something is really off track, I will bring it back to focus and I will explain or answer any questions that aren't being answered correctly. I will do that so that you aren't getting bad information. I want to make sure that you're getting good information. I believe that all of you have something to offer this classroom. And so I want you to interact with one another and really go forth and absorb everything you can from this class. The other big thing that I want to mention for this class is that I use either the feedback box in the gradebook, or I use the feedback mechanism in turnitin.com, which is now integrated with your Dropbox assignments, to provide feedback to you. If you don't read the feedback and you don't review the feedback and you don't take action based on that feedback, then we're going to have a problem. Because in week 2, you submit a long list of references. You submit a list of 10 references and a topic attached to those references. And if there's a problem, if your references aren't formatted properly, if your topic is too broad, too narrow, too in the wrong direction, then I will communicate with you via that assignment, via the feedback for that assignment, and let you know, hey, listen, we need to talk, or I need you to go back and take a look at these references. These aren't formatted properly. Your topic is too broad. Your topic is too off base, etc., etc. Speaking of research paper topics, when you are preparing yourself to select your research topic, I want you to think about how X influences Y. So when you're thinking about your topic, I want you to, excuse me, I want you to focus on how something affects something else. Not just a broad topic like PTSD in veterans or legalizing marijuana. By the way, legalizing marijuana is an off the table topic. You may not write about legalizing marijuana. So I want you to think about those things. Like, I want you to think about how a particular type of therapy is effective in treating PSD, or a particular type of therapy is effective in treating ADHD or Asperger's, or a particular type of something is effective in treating something else. Think about your topics that way. Think about how a particular thing influences something else. So you have these two parts. Your papers should have these two-part topics. You know, how X influences Y, how X affects Y, how for the aviation majors, aviation management majors, it can be things like how sleep affects proper flight. I apologize, I don't know much about aviation. how something over here influences this other big thing over here. And so you want to make sure that you've got this balance. Um, because a topic like flight is not enough, or a topic like legalizing marijuana is not enough. Legalizing marijuana is a topic that doesn't take you into the literature. It's a topic that takes you onto the internet, onto the web. And I want you to pick paper topics where you can find information about your paper. You can find peer reviewed empirical articles that have been written by people who are considered authorities or experts in the field. And those articles can be found in the Evans Library. So I don't want you driving to the internet and Google searching your topic. I want you to go over to um, the Evans Library and search your topic. And then I want you to filter out for newspapers and websites and things of that nature. So when you are thinking about your topic, think about how X influences Y. So think about how learning and memory influences IQ, or think about how hold on, I've got another topic that's written down. Think about the treatment of the different treatment options of dementia. Or find a really good treatment option for dementia and write about that. The paper isn't very long, it's only 6 to 8 pages. And so you don't need hundreds of resources, but you need to be able to find 10 valuable resources. So that's rambling on about your paper. And then we talked about your textbooks, and we talked about the fact that legalizing marijuana is totally off the table. That's unacceptable. That's not an allowed topic. And we talked a little bit about the focus of this course and what we're doing this week. So I think that's enough for now. I do hope that you will all have an amazing week, and I will send you guys another video next week. If you need me, you can always reach me by email. My typical turnaround time on email is 24 hours. I do try to check in on Saturday or Sunday. If for some reason you don't hear back from me by the weekend, you will hear back from me first thing Monday morning. And typically, it'll always be okay. Let's just put that out there. It will always be okay. If you email me Saturday or Sunday and say, I have got a major problem, I'm not going to be able to get my assignment in on time, then you need to tell me what your problem is in your email. But understand that I'm going to give you a little bit of grace and leeway, because frankly, this class is about teaching you some skills that are going to set you up for success in the rest of your curriculum. So while you can't do the whole course in 1 week, if you need a couple of extra days, I'm going to give it to you, because I want you to get the learning experience that happens in each week so that you can be successful. Does that make sense? I hope so. But again, I hope you all have an amazing week. I'm sorry that it's Wednesday and I didn't get this out to you on Monday, but I wanted to make sure that any student who came in to the course late, that I didn't miss them with this video. So I hope you all have a wonderful week and a wonderful weekend, and I am here for you should you have any questions.